Hello and welcome to the channel. In the last video, I think I wanted to talk to you about some of the uh, other side effects of the medications that I've been giving. But there's one thing that I wanted to mention. You know that I've been using a walker for about a year and a half, perhaps. Definitely more than a year. I have to say that before I started using a walker, I was very inconsiderate toward people that got in my way and slowed me down because they were on walkers or canes even, or even people who walked slowly. After I started using a walker and after I stopped using a walker, I found myself overcome with a sense of deference toward people who used walkers and canes. And I just I always let them go first. I didn't care how much they slowed me down. And besides, I was not walking that fast anyway. I am not walking that fast anyway. So that is one good side effect. Consideration toward others who are not as fortunate as you are or as I was. Now, I had mentioned there's other side effects that I had not mentioned or I had not mentioned enough that came with the medications that I've been giving. The explanations that I'm going to give you are those of a layman, so you got to take them with a grain of salt. A layman who, however, went through this and is going through this. The medications that they're still giving me and that they started out from the beginning were designed to bring my level of testosterone down to zero. The reason for that is because the cancer cells feed on testosterone. Don't ask me why. Not only that, but after a while, those cells start producing cells that have adapted to the testosterone. And now you have to come up with another remedy that will attack the new cells that are used to your testosterone and that are able to attack the cancer cells directly. Now, one of the side effects of low testosterone, not only in artificially induced low testosterone, but even in naturally resulting uh, low testosterone, which is a natural outcome of just growing old. As a man grows older, his level of testosterone goes down and he starts suffering from depression. So when they give you medications to combat cancer cells, and that medication has to do with bringing your testosterone levels down to hopefully zero, you start feeling extremely depressed. If, in addition to that, you start having to deal with pain in your bones because your cancer has metastasized to the bones, or as in my case, you're unable to walk, your level of depression goes through the roof. And that was the case with me. I woke up every morning crying, and I cried for a good 20 minutes before I got used to the day. The day was something that I was not happy to have to face. When I was asleep and I was dreaming, I dreamed about me the way I was before I was not able to walk. And when I woke up and I found myself not being able to walk, that was a shock, a new shock every morning. And having to come to grips with my depression every morning. If on top of that you have medical practitioners who tell you that that's going to be your new normal and that you have to get used to it, that doesn't help you very much with your depression. So you got to be very careful with that. I got to tell you something that you do have to be very careful. This is my opinion. I think that you can use that depression in your favor. Because if you have medical practitioners telling you that this is your new normal and you accept it, and in addition to that, you accept medications that they may give you to fight that depression, you may end up truly getting comfortable with not being able to walk, or with your pain, or with whatever it is that you're dealing with that is now going to be your new normal in your head. And as soon as you accept that, that's where you're going to stay, more than likely. In a previous lifetime, I used to work for a brain injury program that helped people with not only brain injuries, but they were a result usually of car accidents and those that affected other parts of their body. Some of them had ended up, those patients had ended up in wheelchairs, and they had been told that they wouldn't be able to walk. And I met a lot of them who, well, not a lot of them, in fact, I shouldn't say that. I met some of them who had decided that they were not going to accept that they were going to walk. And those were the ones that ended up getting out of their wheelchairs and walking. They may not have been walking the way they were before getting in the wheelchair, but they didn't need the wheelchair anymore. They started exercising, and they started feeling a lot better. And we'll talk about exercise in a future video, because exercise is so vital to feeling good in general. So remember that. Don't give up. Don't give in. I'm not saying don't listen to your practitioners and your medical personnel, but remember what your opinion is. Do a lot of research about what's going on with you, and keep on fighting. Okay, if you have any ideas about videos that you would like me to do, or things that you'd like me to research for you, please leave them in the comments, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. So I'll see you soon, hopefully tomorrow, and until then, keep well.